Igohida, Geisha, Didadaleniska, Geisha, Ogenisa, Geisha, Geisha, Didadaleniska, Ahan, Ogenisa, Geisha, Didadaleniska, Ahan, Ogenisa, Geisha. From the beginning of time, this has been our home.
My name is Richard Sneed. I'm the Principal Chief of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, 28th Principal Chief. We're in Cherokee, North Carolina, and it's a beautiful day. The lands that we are on, the Cherokees have 56,000 acres of land. At one time, we were in 7 states, and then from European contact that began to dwindle, and then of course with the Indian Removal Act, and the bulk of the tribes in the southeast were removed to Indian Territory in Oklahoma. Our ancestors were those who resisted removal and fled to the mountains and stayed here and began purchasing land, and then the land was taken into trust by the federal government, and now we have the Qualla boundary, often called the Cherokee Indian Reservation, but it's not a reservation. It's different. Reservations are land that the federal government set aside to put Indians on. This was our land that we purchased, and it was taken into trust for our people. Well, with the trail system, one thing that we have never taken advantage of was ecotourism and taking advantage of utilizing the beauty of the land around us for tourism. But there's no other land like this. It's I think one of the most beautiful places in the country. And then secondly, we wanted to begin to encourage our people to become more active. Tribal nations across the country, especially the further west you go, where people were placed on reservations, and they were completely dependent upon government subsistence programs. One of the things that came about was a change in our traditional diet went away. And a lot of it was just USDA packaged processed things. And so diabetes is very prevalent among Native Americans, and so we wanted to create a system that people could walk, hike, get out in the outdoors and see the beauty of the land, get their cardio going, get some weight loss going, and have a healthy, active lifestyle. And we're seeing more and more of our people of all age ranges. That's really the amazing part, is it's not just the younger people and teenagers, but it just runs the gamut. I mean, from kids to people my age, middle age and up, who are hitting it, so it's good.
You got good jobs, you got great jobs, and then you got dream jobs, okay? Cherokee or Fire Mountain definitely classifies as a dream job. So I'm Ed Sutton, co-owner of Trail Dynamics, and we're at the Fire Mountain Trail System in Cherokee, North Carolina. And I'm standing on one of our directional downhill trails called Kessel Run. We came in here to just do a little bit, add a little spice and clean up this section of trail. Before we put in that booter jump, basically there was a couple of rollers, and you would come down here and you would really be hard on the brakes because there wasn't a berm. Right now we've got a berm there. So it really wasn't that fun a section of trail. I felt like, the upper part of Kessel, you're carrying a lot of speed, and then you'd come in here and it'd be real chattery. So we wanted to clean it up and make it more fun. So I'd say the typical scenario for us is we'll finish a project and move on to another one and maybe never come back. And the Cherokee tribe and Jeremy's team, they asked us, Ed, can you go ahead and set up can we set up a maintenance program where you come in and take care of the trail system? And what it's turned into is an opportunity to take the trail and move it forward and evolve it to a better product. So each time we come in, we'll take a section of trail and make it better than it was. Yeah, nice jump, very nice. So right away we knew that building a trail here in Cherokee was going to be important for the community. The thing that we really didn't see coming was how the Cherokee tribe, how excited they were going to be and how they were gonna start, basically how this trail was gonna be a catalyst for getting people into the sport of mountain biking. And you know, you would see a family in the parking lot that you'd never seen before on some brand new bikes, and they were there because this trail existed was the reason that they were there. And slowly the community was building up over time, and I think it's just continuing to grow right now.
Elod ayu ini dagwadon hin zalagi uwehti ale zalagi uwehti is where we're at. Old Cherokee Nation's what they call it. And my name's Micah Swimmer. When we seen this trail being made, I got excited because I've always wanted to try mountain biking and getting into it, and being able to know that our people have lived here for so long and survived in these mountains, getting something like this trail system here has just really opened up the doors for people as far as like health goes and exercise. And just like going up through there, I'm showing my son different medicines, different trees, you know, foods. There's mushrooms growing up there, fresh water, you know, so all this stuff is in our teachings and also our stories too. So we have a connection straight to the land. It's a good place to teach your kids.
I'm Laura Blythe, so I'm pretty new at being on a bike. What I love about it though is the freedom, the sense of, oh my God, I'm doing something that I never imagined I would be doing, and trying not to die at the same time.
Yeah, so I'm Annette Sanook Clapsaddle, and I born and raised in Cherokee and came back after graduate school. I am new as in just over 3.5 years. When these trails opened, actually, is when I started.
What do you love about bike riding? What have you found that you love about bike riding?
Well, I think first and foremost is the physical activity, because I've lost over 60 pounds since I started riding. I was a lifelong athlete in my head. I played basketball, you know, I worked for the team through college, and then after that, when I had kids and everything, and just gained weight, went to work. And so cycling allowed me to continue to be an athlete, even though my joints are gone and all of that. And then just the people I've met is a whole new group of people that I kind of knew but didn't get to have conversations with all the time. So there's that aspect of it. And my children love it too, so that's great.
Every time I get on a bicycle, it just immediately takes me back to my childhood. I have so many great memories as a kid.
In general, if Eddie can't ride it, then we don't build it. And I'm the old guy, so I'm like the test dummy, basically.
I rode one time and fell in love with it.
Riding with my bros, it's like a brotherhood thing, camaraderie. Just like I was telling you earlier, it's a sense of community. And the Cherokee word for community is gadugi. And it's not where you live, but it's like everybody together, helping everybody. And that's, you know, I don't want to sound cheesy, but mountain bike is kind of like life, man. You just got to look ahead and don't look back.